Stop shooting vertical video. I know that Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube want us to just film 9:16 all the time and hold our cameras like this. But I was thinking about this as I was filming an event yesterday where they wanted me to produce a vertical video. And there are a lot of really good reasons why, as a videographer, you should film 16:9 horizontal video essentially all of the time. Now, to be clear here, I'm speaking to people who are videographers and filmmakers and have an interest in creating high quality videos, at the very least as a hobby, if not for money and on potentially a full-time basis. If you're someone who just wants to film a fun TikTok with friends, there's nothing wrong with filming that vertically on your phone, editing it with a cloud-based or phone-based app, and just posting it online. To those of us who do want to be videographers and filmmakers, and that's really who I speak to on this channel, it makes a lot of sense to film your videos horizontally, even though a lot of what we do requires you to post in a vertical format, whether that be 9:16 or 4:5. Now, for all of you who are videographers, when you're filming your horizontal videos, you're gonna wanna make sure that you film in at least 4K resolution. And a few years ago, I might have thought that this is a bit of an unreasonable ask, especially to a beginner videographer or to a hobbyist. But within the past year or two, there have been so many good cameras coming out at affordable prices that allow you to capture a high quality 4K image that I kind of think that anybody who labels themselves as a videographer or a filmmaker should be capable of shooting an image in 4K that looks good. And what filming in 4K allows you to do with regards to vertical video is scale your image down to 89% and still fill the confines of a full HD frame, which is 1080 by 1920 when filming vertically. And then instead of stretching a 1920 by 1080 full HD horizontal image bigger and losing resolution, you're actually bringing your 4K image smaller, and your image is still going to look sharp and clean when you shoot a full HD vertical video. There's other reasons why the quality of a vertical video in 4K shot this way will be better, but we're going to discuss some of those a little bit later. One thing that's incredibly important to consider when you're filming horizontal video, and you may want to repurpose for vertical, is the framing of your image. You're going to want to make sure that you're shooting wider than you normally would when filming a horizontal video for use in a 16:9 standard video, because when you cut off the edges of your image, it's going to be harder to make out what's in the middle if you don't have a bit of a wide shot. So when filming for vertical, you want to make sure that you're using a wider angle lens or taking a couple steps back, so that even when you cut off the sides of your image and create a vertical image out of your horizontal one, that you still can make out what is happening and all of the action that a viewer needs to see is still in the frame. Now, one of the major benefits of filming horizontally is that action oftentimes moves side to side and very rarely moves up and down. When somebody jumps, they're only going to stay in the air for about a second, but people can run from one side to the other almost indefinitely. So when you're tracking that action as a videographer, it's much easier to keep your subject in your frame and make sure that you actually have a shot to use when you film horizontally, and then have them on either one side of the frame or the other, or preferably in the middle. If you film vertically and your subject gets a little bit off center, they could fall out of the frame completely and you're losing information that you can never get back. So filming horizontally just makes it easier to have a usable shot all the time. Not to mention the ergonomics of filming horizontally are just much better, since cameras are made to shoot horizontal video, and at least not yet, most cameras aren't designed to film vertical video. Kind of in that same vein, if you're filming vertical video and you want to use a tripod, your camera might not have a natural mounting point that lets you attach a tripod plate and put it onto a tripod vertically, whereas almost every camera does have a mounting point at the bottom if you want to film horizontally. So you're gonna have to get like an L bracket or a cage or some sort of extra equipment to film vertically, which you might not need when you're horizontally. So that's just one more thing you have to put in your camera bag and consider. Not that that's a huge detractor, but something to think about. And one of the biggest points for filming horizontally is that the most distorted and least sharp parts of your image are going to be the edges and the far corners. Especially when using a wide angle lens, you can get some pretty distorted looks. And if you're filming vertically and you have anything come near the edge of the image, you're gonna notice some pretty heavy distortion. So when you take that horizontal image and crop it for vertical, you're eliminating the least sharp and most distorted parts of your shot and leaving the viewer to look at the sharpest, best looking, highest quality part of your image, which just makes your video look better overall. Now, there is one time where I will actually film vertical video vertically, but there needs to be a couple of things that are true for this to happen, and as a result, I don't find myself filming vertically very often. First, I need to know for a fact that nothing in my frame is ever going to get near the edges or corners of my image when filming vertically. And secondly, I need to be 100% sure that the thing that I'm filming vertically is never going to need to be repurposed for any other use beyond what I'm filming it for primarily right now. If you film everything vertically and then vertical video one day stops being popular, then you're gonna be sitting on a ton of footage that doesn't really have much use, since it's very hard to repurpose a vertical video into a high quality horizontal one. Shooting everything horizontal, as we've discussed, still lets you create good vertical videos, but is also the standard for movies, TV shows, and even YouTube where you're watching this video right now. So if you ever want to repurpose your horizontal video for something in the future that either you've already thought of or that you're not even aware you're going to need the footage for yet, horizontal video allows you the flexibility to do that. And even if vertical video does completely win out in the end and horizontal video becomes a thing of the past, all your horizontal video is still useful to make vertical videos out of. So it gives you an infinite amount of flexibility and allows you to create what you want, whereas vertical video just doesn't really give you that. And that's my biggest reason why I'm a huge proponent for shooting horizontally. Either way, I know this is a pretty hot topic, so sound off in the comments. When you're filming a vertical video, should you actually shoot vertically or horizontally? I want to hear from you. And if you like this video, subscribe to the channel because I post videography and video editing tips and tutorial videos similar to this one on a regular basis, and I'd love to have you around for that. All right, that's going to be all for this one. So until next time, peace.